After 4 such unpleasant situations, an intelligent man will end the relationship to avoid wasting his time on someone he will never build a happy future with. Sooner or later, it will all fall apart, and it will be even more painful that he didn't come to his senses sooner. Now, it's true that every situation is different, and you shouldn't take this information I'm sharing too much to heart. Everyone's circumstances are unique. However, it's still worth thinking about these patterns that happen to a lot of men. From there, you should analyze your own relationship and draw some kind of conclusion from it, so you don't end up getting thrown out with the trash. We all know one of women's favorite phrases is, "A man should pursue me." It sounds good, of course. These days, that phrase has increasingly mutated into a kind of gift-wrapped version. More and more women add to it, implying that a man must pursue her attention with gifts that he is obligated to give her. Yeah, it's a great position for her. For some reason, many women want men to chase after them for no reason, to set up little entertainment competitions with each other, to compete for her. And she, watching them, would then choose who, after this fierce competition, emerged victorious and showered her with the most gifts. Oh yes, she'll climb onto her throne and feel like a queen, observing all these competitors and receiving dividends from them. And to set up these competitions, you don't need much intelligence. All she has to say is, "Oh, you know, a real man should..." And that's it. After that, she just has to put on her crown and collect the gifts. If you look at this with a sober perspective, when a woman uses the phrase, "a real man," she's making it clear that he is easy to manipulate. If a man reacts positively to that phrase and agrees with her, then obviously he's going to be convenient for her in that relationship. And it often happens that once you feel you owe her something and you fall for that manipulative line, she usually puts you in the friend zone. After that, she just feeds you empty promises, and you keep hoping that any minute now, a heavenly romance will blossom between you. You try harder and harder for her, but you end up disappointed. And I'm sure anyone who watches my content is familiar with this. Some of you have already taken that bait. Yes, that's how we were raised. That's what we were taught. It was drilled into us from childhood. But sometimes, after getting burned, some guys start to understand, and it's a really good thing if they do. But then there are others who just keep on being convenient for women who, typically, have no real interest in building a relationship with them. But the man thinks differently. Why do I keep talking about this? Because it bothers me. It bothers me that because of these real men standards, a lot of normal, decent guys get dumped. All because a woman put a crown on her head and is convinced that you owe her everything. And so, the average guy, there's no way he can prove to her that he doesn't owe her a thing, will just end up dumped or ignored. But as we know, women aren't actually interested in these real men. They just see them as convenient. No matter what you do, there will be no genuine instinctual attraction. And so, she can go from one guy to another, a second, a third, a fifth, a 10th, always searching for that real man, especially when she's young. And these real men will keep trying for her, not realizing they're just the next in line. All right, let's get to the point. After which 4 situations will a man decide to cut his losses, end the relationship, and forget her for good? Or at least try his hardest to. The first one, she feeds you empty promises. An intelligent man understands that he can't be liked by everyone and knows how to filter. So, when he texts a woman and asks her out somewhere and all he gets is a refusal, he might try one more time. But if he gets a second refusal, or even a third, then his communication with that woman ends, of course, and he completely distances himself from her. Why force her if she doesn't want to? But most men take it way too far and behave like this for up to 8, even 10 invitations after she's already turned them down. A woman might indeed say yes on the 10th try, but does that mean it's out of genuine interest? Of course not. If she only agreed on the 10th try, she doesn't feel anything for you. She's just annoyed by the guy and wants him to finally leave her alone. In these situations, she won't even behave decently with you. She'll feel like a princess, a queen who has descended from the heavens to grace you with her presence for a quick bite to eat. And now the question is, does a self-respecting man need that? Of course he doesn't. Don't waste your nerves, money, or energy on all that. It's a thankless task. And that brings us right to the second point. She is ungrateful. Usually, we live in a society where when someone helps you, it's customary to thank them for the help, at least with a simple thank you to the person who helped you. But in the world of our internet, modern women have gotten so used to gifts that they no longer see the point in saying a simple thanks. They take it for granted. They got a gift, and that's it. So, to put it simply, if she doesn't thank you for your gifts or your efforts and just accepts them from you with a blank face, there is no love for you there. Believe me, that is not normal. I've seen it many times, by the way, a lot. The third phrase, she's constantly busy. Sometimes a woman loves to complicate things instead of just being direct and saying, I'm not interested in you, sorry, I won't be going out with you. But for some reason, she just says she's constantly busy. Instead, women come up with these ambiguous replies like, I'm not sure, but you're a nice guy overall, you're fun, and all that. I think you've encountered this more than once yourself. In reality, there are only two possibilities here. Either she actually has some feelings for you but is shy or making excuses for not wanting to meet up. And the fourth, if you hear this from her, you're just a friend to me. Let me be clear right now. She is not considering you for a long-term prospect. And again, the friend position is advantageous for her, not for you. Once again, the most you can ever be to her is a resource. For example, providing some kind of emotional resource for her when she's bored or needs to cry on your shoulder. Or, as is usually the case, she'll ask you for help with something for free. After all, you're just a friend, right? So if you want a serious relationship with a woman, don't you dare settle for being just her friend, because in that situation, there isn't a hint of real love. And I also want to remind you to finish this video. If the thought has ever crossed a woman's mind, even once, should I break up with you or should I stay? I'm so conflicted. I don't know what to do. Then you should know that sooner or later, your relationship will be over. Because a woman who truly loves you and is afraid of losing you would never have that thought about potentially breaking up with you. Remember that.